Hi, I'm Asianae, and this video is about the creator, which is me. So I will tell my story and let you guys in on, my story is still being written, don't get me wrong, but why I created this course and what we're going to get into. But first, I wanted you guys to know about me and my story, and hopefully my story can inspire you guys to just keep going and just continue. Okay, so first things first, I am a wife and mother of 5. Well, my oldest is my bonus baby. He's 12, but I have 4 kids that I birthed, and all of them are under 6 years old. So it's very chaotic for me around the house sometimes, and it's very, very, very overstimulating, overwhelming, but I still managed to get all of this done amidst my kids. And I have, my oldest is 6 and my youngest is 2 months old, so there is a lot of chaos and stuff around here a lot of the time. However, when I was 19, about 10 years ago, I'm 29, I'm a singer as well. Let me just say that, let me state that. So if you know me from music, yes, it's me, Asianae K. I sing on YouTube all the time, and I started off singing. That was my introduction into the digital space back then as a content creator. However, I didn't know that content creating was a thing back then, so I used to get online and literally sing covers. If you go to my YouTube channel right now, you will see a million covers that I sang, and YouTube ended up paying me at that time for my covers. And my first viral video, I got I think a month after posting on YouTube, and these were like cover songs, so they were like long form content, they weren't shorts. YouTube did not even have shorts when I did this. So that was my introduction to the online space. That's what started me on understanding content creating and kind of understanding marketing. What I did not realize back then was that as being a content creator, being a YouTuber, that is an introduction to digital marketing, because you are the product. When you're the content creator, you are the product. So I started going viral, started understanding trends, started understanding hashtags, started understanding how things work on YouTube, and that was my introduction into the digital space. That being said, I have been a content creator for 9+ years now, and I am super excited to get into that in this course. But I can thrive on any platform that is a level, an area of mastery for me. And I got to the point actually last year where I have been creating content for so long, I've been doing music for so long, and I've been getting paid very, very well from these things. I have been monetizing these platforms. But last year, I started going through some hardships in life, post-COVID, during COVID, around COVID. COVID actually was still going on, but it was the tail end of it. And I started looking for something more. I ended up finding out that my mom had breast cancer. I got married, and I found out I was pregnant with my 3rd child, all within a span of about 3 months. And it all like rushed and hit me at once. My husband and I were living with my mom at the time, and we actually ended up helping her beat breast cancer completely natural, holistically, no chemo, no radiation, no surgery, nothing. And she is like perfectly fine. And even then I helped her. It's a mindset thing, and she beat it. She is now cancer free. That was January 2023 she got diagnosed. May 2023 it was down half the size. August 2023 it was gone. She had 2 or 3, I think, tangerine sized tumors in one of her breasts. So, and she was stage 3. So it was stage 3 breast cancer, and it was slow growing, but it was just very scary, and I wanted to enjoy life with my family. So that being said, I decided to try something new in the digital space. So I bought a course. I was on YouTube. I was looking into starting my own online business with Amazon, and I was looking into Shopify, and I was doing all of these things, and I ended up on Facebook as a content creator, seeing this creator, and she kind of posted and said, I remember when I was making $600 at my job every 2 weeks, and now I'm getting deposits like this into my account. It was a screenshot, and 3 deposits from Shopify were going into her account. That is what clicked on the light bulb in my head, like, oh, I'm about to get into this. What is Shopify? At the time, I didn't know that Shopify was a website to pretty much host your business. I did not know that. I thought it was like Amazon. And when I looked up the pros and cons and how everything works with it, more and more content, because that's how the algorithm works, more and more content started being thrown in my face about Shopify. And I got on YouTube, I looked up Shopify, and a couple videos fell in my lap. I ended up taking a course with someone on dropshipping, but dropshipping is also digital marketing. It's just with physical products instead of digital products. But we will get into that later into that module. However, I took that course as an absolute beginner to digital marketing. I knew nothing about dropshipping. I knew nothing about digital marketing. My first month, I made $2,900. My second month, I made $3,100. In my third month, I made $57,000. And my fourth month, I made $83,000. And it just continued to go up from there. So it was like mind-blowing. I made that much money before with social media, with content creating over the years and everything like that. But as fast as it was coming in, it was so quick. It had never came to me that fast. I took this mentorship. I cried my eyes out. I wanted to stop. I didn't understand everything in the mentorship. I didn't understand. I did pay for a mentorship and a course, though, not just a course, because I believe in investing in myself to get a better outcome. Everything they told me I needed, I did it. I made sure that I had everything that I needed. I didn't waste any time. I did not have the money. I found a way to get the money. We sold my husband's PS5. My husband is also an artist, a singer as well. He was doing features, which is when you sing on other people's song. My mom, I was borrowing money to get the money for this course because I knew that I could do something big with it, and I did. That video will be linked below for that case study story of everything with dropshipping and my whole journey with that. But I was very frustrated, like genuinely. I had tested things. I didn't understand certain things. I was a little lost in the sauce when it came to like how this was supposed to go, because remember, I'm a complete beginner. I know nothing about any of this, and I am new to this whole e-commerce digital world. And I did better than a lot of people, and I'm not gonna lie, my socks are still blown off that I did what I did with that as fast as I did. Like literally within 90 days my life completely changed. And if you really want to be honest, it was literally like overnight. I do not want y'all to think that this is overnight success, but for me personally, yes, I had, from the day I started my whole mentorship and everything, yes, it was 90 days. But if you want to be honest, when I actually had my my big success, like made over $10,000, that happened over the span of 3 days. I went to the hospital. I was pregnant with my daughter. I went to the hospital to have my daughter. I had a C-section with her, and literally I just applied and implemented what I was taught from the course. I did everything I was supposed to do. And then I went in the hospital. The morning I went to the hospital, I was getting sales left and right, getting sales constantly. And the first day while I was in the hospital having my baby, I made $1,500 the first day. And it's very crazy because it was passive income. I didn't do anything at the hospital but have my child. My mindset was there. I did do manifestation methods to attract and subconsciously put into my mind and attract what I wanted. And I did a manifestation method to help myself obtain that. And I was in the hospital writing my stuff, doing everything with my business, running my business with a newborn in my arm. And at that point, I realized that there's just no excuse for anyone to not be able to do this. I was doing it in the hospital with a newborn on my arm, and I made a point to do that. I was in the hospital for 3 days. When I came home, I had made $10,000. So I was rushed with people asking me how I did what I did. I was rushed with people because my mentor, the person who I bought the course from, he created an entire course, and he did an interview with me asking how this happened and, you know, what it was like for me to go from that like almost overnight. And I told him, like, it just was mind-blowing. It was very mind-blowing. It took me straight out of survival mode. It was a big relief, a big breath of fresh air, a big load off of my shoulders. And it was so many people. After he posted our interview on YouTube, it was so many people from the mentorship that were DMing me and messaging me. He has a Discord, and it was just the whole community was in my messages asking me, what did you do? How did you do it? Who was your mentor? How did you think this? Where was your mindset? And I had so many questions, and it kind of drove me to where I was just kind of overwhelmed, because I was like, you know, I just had a baby. I'm still learning. I was still in the mentorship when this happened. So it just was really overwhelming for me in a good way, but I didn't know how to help people when I was still in a mentorship myself. So I ended up creating this course. After that course, I bought about 3 to 4 more and learned so many skills. It's like I mastered these things, and, you know, content creation was a level of mastery for me already, but I mastered these things and I figured them out and I understood how to do it. And it's been so many people asking me for so long to just create a course and teach what I know. And I understand that I always see videos of people like, single gifted people will never understand multi-gifted people, because to everyone else it looks like you're all over the place. It looks like you're not focused in on one thing. You know, a jack of all trades is a master at nothing. But what if you master things and you move on to the next thing and you master that? You know, you'll always be able to master something and move on. So I created this course because there are so many skills that in areas that I thrive in, I just couldn't help but share. Why not teach other people how to do it? It's so many ways to make money online. It's so many ways to build generational wealth and have passive income and spend more time with your kids. And I do homeschool my kids because it allows me to do that. It is a completely different way of life. And I'm just super grateful for everything that is coming and everything that already is. So that's my story. I hope it inspired you and motivated you to keep going. I kept going. When I made $2,900 my first month, I kept going. When I made $3,100 that second month, which only was $200 more than I made the first month, I was discouraged, but I kept going. And then that third month, I made $57,000. And $40,000 of that was made within the first 17 days of the month. So anything is possible. The sky isn't even the limit. Like your mindset, my mindset was just, I can't hope it happens. I gotta make it happen. I don't have a choice. We were spending our last, as I told you guys before, I found out my mom had breast cancer. So I spent almost all of my social media money for that month on my mom, because I wanted to help her. She said, I don't want to do chemo. I want to do this natural. And I said, okay. All right. And then I found out about the course, which is why we started selling stuff, because the course was like more than I had at the moment, because I had just spent everything on my mom. So it's just, my story has still been written, as I said, but it was so much that happened and it just blew my mind. There are so many people that are just like me that can do it. I bleed red just like you. I'm a human being just like you. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I've never been a 9-to-5 person. However, when I was in high school and I was working 9-to-5s, I had 2, 3, 4 jobs. I would leave a job, go to another one. No problem. I've never had people issues, customer service issues. I've always been a people person. I've always been super outgoing and bubbly and great personality. It's never been hard for me to thrive with people, you know? So I'm just excited to be able to thrive in this space with people. But that's all about me. And if you have any questions about my story or you want to know more about anything, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask. I am an open book. Whatever you would like to know, if you want to know more, I'm all ears and I'm wide open. But I'll see y'all in the next video.